Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are going to discuss a game played by me which has won me a Brilliancy prize. This game was played in 1997 during the under 18 nationals, and let's see how the game unfolds. After many suggestions by my friends, I decided to cover one of my games. Let's see whether you find the game interesting. Do comment below if you want to see more of my games. E4. At that time, I used to play the French defense exclusively. E4, E6, D4, D5. White goes E5. French defense offers imbalanced positions. The position initially looks cramped, but after some pawn breaks, black is often able to create very good counter chances. Black goes C5, C3, putting pressure in the center, and C6, NF3. And I used to play the move BD7. I have rarely played the move QB6. Black's plan is simple. He wants to get Rook C8 and play the move F6 at some point. White here went with the slightly dubious move A3. Rook C8. Idea is simple. If Bishop D3, then Queen B6, which transposes to the BD3 or the A3 line in the Queen B6 variation, which is considered good for black. White goes B4. He is trying to gain space in the center and also preparing protect D4. Means at a later point he can consider playing BB2 and protect the D4 square, which black often attacks. C takes D4, C takes D4, and I decided to break the center with the move F6. Black often tries to put more pressure on E5 after QC7, sometimes knight H6, knight F7. Here white should have played the move BD3 perhaps. He went E into F6, knight F6. After this exchange, the position gets all the characteristics of the Tarrasch variation of the French defense, and the move Rook C8 and BD7, which have already happened, means black is playing like a couple of tempos extra in the position, we can say. White goes BD3. Black's plan is very simple. Point his bishops towards the king side and then break the center with the move E5. This is a thematic break in the French defense, especially in the Tarrasch variation. White plays BB2, controlling the E5 square. I played castle. White goes castle, and the thematic move QC7. For this move, I spent around 20 minutes. I had made some calculation, mainly based on the idea if white goes NC3, threatening NB5, then black has the very strong knight G4. This is what I was looking at. To H3 there are multiple ideas. BH2 check is there, knight H2 is there, and in some cases ND4 is also possible. Perhaps white should play something like ND2 over here, but it's very obvious to stop the move E5. White goes with the move RE1. Now the tactics which follows is very common in Tarrasch defense. But at that point when I was playing the game, I was not aware of this kind of tactics. So it made the game very special for me. And I had already calculated while playing QC7 in the move NG4. One of the main ideas was after NG4, if G3, I would have most probably played E5. I was looking at two lines. One, I was looking at knight takes F2, king takes F2, E5. Which also looks very strong. It's not forced to take D, but after D, bishop E5, bishop takes E5, knight takes E5. Black is really on the top of his game, and after BE2, he can go with the strong move NG4 when it's game over. We see that after KG1, there is the very strong Rook F3. I intended to play after QD5, the move Rook F7, but later analysis showed that King H8 is even stronger, when after QF3, QB6 wins for black. But this is also winning. Threat is QB6, and black should be able to win the game easily. Or else I would have chosen the move E5, when after D takes E5, bishop takes E5, bishop takes E5, knight takes E5. Again there is lot of pressure on F3, so knight E5, knight E5, and this position also looks very nice. One interesting line is BE2, QB6. Of course, black is not worried about his D5 pawn. Queen D5 check, King H8. I had only seen QG2 here when I felt BH3 and black should be winning. over here. So overall I felt that black's position is very nice. White's pieces A1 and B1 are undeveloped, so black should try to attack. Anyways, white didn't play G3 in the game. After knight G4, white played the more obvious H3, which I had actually almost calculated thoroughly when I was playing the move QC7. And here black has a very thematic idea, and the game unfolds with series of forced moves. Bishop H2 check. If king H1, then knight F2 mates. If knight takes H2, queen takes H2, king F1 and rook F2 checkmates. So king F1 forced, and it was necessary to see this move before playing the move BH2 at least. So of course we can make out that black intends to go E5. Before that he can break the position. So we have a typical king hunt idea here. Knight takes F2, the knight has to be taken. Bishop and the queen both are attacked. King takes F2 and now comes queen G3 check. The main worry for me was the line king F1, but I soon saw that after E5 it's totally game over, because bishop H3, GH3, rook F3 would mate soon, and there is also the threat of E4. So D into E5 almost forced. Then we see that after BH3 there is threat on G2, there is threat of rook F3, and there is no defense over here. After the move KE2, there is just QG2 check, king E3 and bishop F4 checkmates. So white played king E3 here, QG2, the bishop is attacked, but the main threat is bishop F4 checkmate. Maybe white has to give up the bishop with BH7, but anyways the position is losing. White played BE2, stopping BF4 mate and also protecting the B2 bishop. And here black mates by force after bishop F4 check, KD3, knight B4 check, and the opponent resigned over here as AB4 allows bishop B5 checkmates. The rook on C8 was finally useful. Basically, the idea of showing this game was to show how use the concepts, whatever we have been learning so far, how the position solving helps us, how to identify the key moments of the attack, and the final phase of the attack, which we often see in positions, can be used in the games as well. I hope you will find the game useful and instructive. Thanks for your time.